Garrett Bowles prison. Nothing comes up directly. Very vague. Ain't that some shit?
Motherfucker.
That's how you know it's not an accident. Again, when they go after somebody, it's purposely. That means they want to hurt that person. They don't want to hurt dudes, so they're not talking about it. You can't even find outright what really happened, a detailed story where there are multiple opinions. It's not even out there for the grasping, or you really have to look hard. So, I mean, it's something else, man. Wait a minute. Okay, Grego referring to the Waffle House. He said ninja tip too. What are you talking about? I always tip, man. What are you trying to say? Grego says we would have been the last to leave the shoe modeling expo if we would have went. Grego, allegedly. Allegedly. Announced October 1st, right? October 1st. That Sunday is October 1st, so late September 7th. If I remember correctly. From Sluggo. Right, G-Money. Every time they brought up the Mixon incident, there was no mention of her actually inciting the situation. No, none at all. If you didn't know any better, you would have thought that Mixon ran up on an innocent girl and broke 4 bones in her face. That's how the coverage is presented when they want the audience to feel a certain way. Exactly. They're trying to promote the fact. They're trying to hurt his status. And they did. They chose to. They chose not to with Garrett Bowles. And that's the point. Clear my throat. From Radar for Life. And this from CBS. Those inspired by the rise of Michael Orr of the Blind Side fame will find Bowles especially interesting. A one-time juvenile delinquent who spent 2 years after high school, Snow College, a highly regarded JUCO program. There he evolved into a 5-star recruit pursued by every program in the country, including powerhouses like Alabama, Ohio State, and Florida State. There's nothing about prison in there.
Motherfucker.
One-time juvenile delinquent?
Motherfucker.
Why are you comparing them to Michael Orr? Did Michael Orr go to jail?
Motherfucker.
What the fuck are you... Okay, that's a damn point. That's a damn point, bullshit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's a damn point. Okay. They're saying that Spreaker is tripping a little bit. Okay, we're straight though. Okay. I had a little incident, man, but I believe I'm straight out. It appears we're good. Yeah, man, there's some little something going on. Yeah. That's funny. Okay, that bad DJ says, nigga talking about Trubisky. Cut that nigga's net up. Hey, man, it's all good. G Money says, tell him you found Jesus when colonizer questions your character. You know what? That might work. G Money says, Gary, what the hell? G Money says, tell him Jesus, blonde, doggy hair, blue, sea eyes. I'm just not even gonna bother. That bad DJ saying the jungle that some teams just don't know how to work the draft. Yeah, some apparently don't. But some of these picks, dude, I don't know. We'll see how some of this shit panned out, man. I don't know. Corey says Denver didn't need to move up. Denver picked the first O-lineman. I thought he would have taken Cam Robinson, though. I made that point earlier. You know, Cam Robinson wasn't even the first one taken, so a microcosm of society, just like real life, a white dude with a record can get a job quicker than a ninja that doesn't have one. From Sluggo, nah, bad DJ, this is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Not knowing how to work the draft won't fly. It's a systematic issue, simply put. I probably lean that way. That bad DJ says some teams panic in the war room and start overthinking about what they heard through rumors in the inner circle. That's how teams constantly make these boneheaded decisions. Yeah, but they only do that when it comes to ninjas, though, cuz. That's the thing about it. They only do it when it comes to ninjas. If they do that, it's concerning a ninja. When it comes to colonizers, they really don't seem to have that issue. Except maybe for Chad Kelly, which lets you know he must really have a fucking problem. He must really have a fucking problem. I'm just saying. Let's see here. Excuse me here. From that bad DJ Sluggo, bro, I'm telling you, these teams are all competing with one another. Some teams don't know how to draft. Yeah, but there's a reason for that. Because it's not knowing how to draft. It's that their ignorance overrides their good decision making. It's that strong. It's that important to them to go that route. The Texans had to watch their team, a team that could have went further in the playoffs, lose because they didn't have a competent quarterback. That had to happen 2 or 3 years straight before they drafted a ninja. It took them that damn long, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, wait a minute. We got the Clarence Jones show on the train. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming aboard. Sure. I don't think you've ever been in here. If you have, man, I don't recall, man. If you have, I apologize, but appreciate you riding the train, man. Appreciate you coming aboard and riding the train, man. No doubt about that. Taking a ride with us, the Clarence Jones show. Clarence Jones says, hashtag follow back. The Panthers should have drafted Fournette. Fournette was already gone, if I'm not mistaken. So I can understand that one. Cause Jacksonville went picked up Fournette, if I'm not mistaken, but Cook was right there. Mixon was right there. Cam Robinson was right there. I don't get the Christian McCaffrey pick, which we'll get into in a second, but I don't know, man. I don't get it at all. At all. From Sluggo. Bad DJ, in my opinion, that is letting them off the hook. Many of these teams refuse to have a black quarterback as the face of their franchise. They spend too much time mulling over this simply not to know how to draft. I'd have to agree. It's too many heads you can put together, too much preparation. When it's a choice they're making, man. I don't know. It's crazy, though. G Money says David Webb was horrible. I wanted Brad Kaya. Yeah, if you're gonna take a quarterback, Kaya was still there. Oh, dude, Evans, a man from Virginia Tech. Dude from Virginia Tech was still there. Clarence Jones wants to know about his Falcons. We might talk about them a little bit. Yeah, we're getting to the NFC South a little bit, which is why I got to go ahead and get through some of this. I'm just about caught up with this chat, man. I'm just Sluggo and my cuz are going back and forth. I think Bad DJ is laughing at me talking about Cleveland. There's always extra when it's a ninja. I think I said something about that earlier. But there's a lot of back and forth for him and Sluggo. I don't want to read all of it. Let me read this one here from that Bad DJ. Sluggo, I'm looking at this from a football perspective. I've watched NFL teams have black quarterbacks and never build around them properly. They think their stud ninja quarterback is invincible. And then when the quarterback struggles, they throw him under the bus. I'm simply calling out the front office by failing in the most part in building a team. This is the draft. Yeah, it's the draft, man, but there's it's predicated on short-sightedness and ignorance is the reason why they're having a problem. And then it's got a shorter lease. All of that's a factor. So we hear what you're saying, but that's not panic. That's not panic, though. I wouldn't classify that as panic. But I mean, it is what it is. Let me see here. Let's see here. Okay, a little back and forth about that, man. I don't want to keep reading that. Yeah, Marquise Williams, Grego, man, get the fuck out of here, man. From that Bad DJ, the topic of conversation was about calf, but I'm talking about truth and the GMs not knowing how to draft and scout talent. Yeah, but they can't draft to scout talent because they're looking at certain things. You know what I'm saying? It's probably the same reason that, in my opinion, God, what's his fucking name? Shula? Probably the reason he drafted McCaffrey because he's somebody you want to have a beer with. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. Like he's looking at McCaffrey like, God, I'd love to have a beer with him. I'd love for my daughter to date him. And that's the thing about it. And that bad. I'm reading a lot from that Bad DJ, but I wanted to. No, that's Switzer just got Cole Beasley put on the practice squad. Oh, they talking about Dallas. Okay, no, I ain't gonna get into that. A little back and forth, man. A little back and forth. From 334 Bama Boy. Ninja, please don't say that stuff after Gerald's name again. Excuse me. Okay, man. You a damn Roll Tide fan to the heart. He don't want to hear about nothing about that. Look, I'll give him his name. I always call him Gerald Ward Amigo. Okay, he don't want to hear that shit. That's funny. Okay, yeah, Roll Tide fan, man. That's what they do. All right, man. This is the Underground Railroad Show with that ninja on Spreaker.com, man. A lot of damn chat up in here, man. I can't read it all, but I'm just reading a little bit of here, a little bit of this, man, back and forth. And there's a lot of back and forth between people in the chat room, and that's cool. But let me go ahead and try to have a little conversation here about what's going on in the draft. Now, Carolina, man, I couldn't have been more disgusted. And again, at number 8, do I want to do that? Do I want to do that? Do I just want to jump right into that? I'll tell you what I'll do, man. Let's go ahead. Let's talk. Let me just say a little something about every draft pick. Myles Garrett, great pick by the Browns. We discussed that earlier. Solid pick. Probably the best player in the draft. Best defensive player in the draft. Very productive. When I saw him play, man, I saw a beast out there. And I will say this. I want to say it was Myles Garrett, and there was another guy. Man, wasn't there a dude from Florida State that was beasting? Where the hell did he go? Okay, I'll get into that later. But that dude seemed to be a standout to me. But the Browns got a great pick with Myles Garrett, despite the quote-unquote motor rumors. I think that's a great pick. Moving on from there, and Cleveland overall had a pretty good draft, man. I just can't. My problem with Cleveland is I can't get over the fact that they have Brock Osweiler on their roster and they let RG3 go when he only got to play about 3 or 4 games, and when he got to play, he actually looked pretty good. So I just don't get it, and I don't get getting Osweiler. He looked so bad that the Texans let him go after one fucking season. One season they had saw enough, dude. That never happens to colonizers. How much did that motherfucker suck? How much did he suck, dude? That never happens to a damn colonizer. They got rid of his ass after 1 year? That means he wasn't shit. So that's my only problem with with Cleveland. But I can deal with that. At number 2, the Chicago Bears. Mitch Trubisky, huh? Not Deshaun Watson. Not Patrick Mahomes. Not Josh Dobbs. Not Evans. Greg Evans, if I'm not mistaken, from Virginia Tech. None of them right now. We're not going to get none of those. We don't need those guys. We're going to get Mitch Trubisky. I don't see it. Maybe they see something we don't. A terrible situation for Watson, but he ended up in a better place. 49ers got Thomas Solomon from Stanford, defensive end. He's a good player. I mean, that's a solid pick. Jaguars got Leonard Fournette. And later on in the draft, they got a solid lineman. Did they get Cam Robinson? They got a solid lineman later in the draft, if I'm not mistaken. It might even be Cam Robinson, if I'm not mistaken. So they actually got somebody and got a line to help them run. So definitely a solid pick for them. But again, any running back's going to have problems if you don't have a half decent line. So we'll see how that goes as a squad. Corey Davis to the Titans, getting Mariota more weapons. Great pick, one of the top receivers in the draft, very talented, and helping out that quarterback, doing the anti-Carolina. The Jets pick up Jamal Adams. Did I say Tom Solomon? Solomon Thomas. What the hell's wrong with me? Okay, Solomon Thomas from Stanford. Y'all know what the fuck I meant, man. The Jets picked up a safety from LSU, Jamal Adams. See, all of these are solid picks. I don't have any problem with these defensive picks. All of these make sense. Nothing in the outside of Trubisky, nothing really went haywire until we get down here by fucking Carolina. But the Bears are fucking. The thing about it though, everybody's on the Bears, but nobody's really criticizing. I'm sorry, the media wise are not criticizing this damn McCaffrey pick, and it's fucking dumb. Even if you think he's a good player, he's not good enough to take at 8. When beforehand I was saying there are other players you can get. And on top of it, they got one of those players later and getting Samuel from the Ohio State University. It was unnecessary to draft this dude that high. Not when you need a line, not when Cam Robinson was still there. If you wanted me to get a difference maker at running back, you can get Dalvin Cook. There was still some receivers available. I didn't necessarily think they needed